What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14 finale, episode 17. So it's the season finale, so y'all know it's a lot of them trying to close stuff up. We start this episode off, we see Kenya is getting her packaging together for her Kenya Moore hair care, which is going to be in CVS. And you know, earlier in the season we saw her talking to Charade, and they were both kind of talking about her getting She by Charade together, and how Kenya was having problems with manufacturing, getting her packaging because of COVID and so many things not being available coming from overseas. But we see that she was able to, you know, tap into some resources and was able to get her containers and her bottling and everything she needed to be ready to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. Because, you know, earlier in the season she was saying, hey, I might be in trouble of losing my business. Like, that's how bad this is. So it was great to see that Kenya was able to get that done. And later on in the episode we see her actually having a ribbon cutting with her products officially being added to CVS, which is a major distribution. It was a really great thing to see. Candy, Sonya, and Drew were there to help that. And then of course Kenya's friend, the guy that she's really good friends with, he was there as well. So that was a great thing to see. Then we see Drew invited Marlo and the boys over, and Ross is going to teach the boys how to change their oil and how to check their oil and change the tire. I don't know if they actually changed the oil or not, but it don't matter. And her and Marlo were going to cook and just kind of talk and you know, just have some girl time. Now I know I've been giving Sonya a hard time because I think Sonya been doing a whole lot with the lease these last couple of weeks, but I absolutely positively love this moment. I love the fact that Ross was like, listen, I didn't learn how to do these things until I got a stepfather. I didn't learn how to change a tire. I didn't learn how to change the oil on my car. I didn't even know how to tie a tie until I got a stepfather. And if I can do anything to help, you know, to help with these boys and get them that influence and teach them those things, and I'm here for it, you know. And Sonya said, I just want Marlo to know that she does have a village, you know. And I know we give Marlo a hard time, and you know, rightfully so, but I did think this was a great moment. I thought this was a really great thing that we saw, that they took the time. They even got little jumpsuits for them made for them to go out to change the oil and change the tires in. And again, I thought it was really great. You know, hope it's something that they continue to do. And with the boys, I thought it was like I said, I thought it was great. Then we saw where Marlo and Sonya were able to talk, and you know, just kind of talk about what they had going on. We find out that Sonya is going to take out her IUD, and that they are going to actually try for a second child. You know, Ross told her earlier in the season, listen, if you're not ready, then I get it. I respect it. And, you know, if you ain't ready, or if this is not what you want, then I have to respect that. But she said, you know, she feels like they're in a better place now. And she feels like that she has the support that she was looking for. And so she's ready to do it, and she does want. So we see later on in the episode, Dr. Jackie, everybody's doctor in Atlanta, I guess, child, took her IUD out. And so she is actively trying for a second baby. Unfortunately, I don't think Sonya's going to be back for season 2 to find out how that work out. But that's just how I feel about it. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's going to be true or not, but that's my opinion. Anyway, so that was that. That was that situation. The majority of this episode was dedicated to Charade, child, and her getting this fashion show together. So we see her meeting at the venue. The venue is beautiful. She's meeting with her team. And of course, she's letting them know, listen, I still don't have these pieces in. I got 5 pieces. I need 22 pieces. And they not in yet. Now, listen, here's what I can appreciate. What's her name? Farrah. The one that got into it with Kenya last week. Baby, she said, listen, If there's anywhere I can fly there within, if I can get there and be back within 24 hours, I will fly and go get those pieces. I said, I know you. I know that's right. When you start talking about dedication, baby, I am here for it. And I was impressed by that, okay? But Charade was like, girl, they got to be ready first. I said, well, see, that's a whole nother problem that you talking about, okay? Them being ready and them just not being here in Atlanta, that is two different situations. Marlo's mama is in town. So Marlo goes to pick her mama up. Sonya said, why she staying at a hotel and not staying with you? Marlo said, because that's the best place for her. Because me and her just don't get along like that. And rather than, the last time she stayed with me and we got into it, she knocked on all my neighbors' doors and was calling me all kinds of hoes. And so we're not doing that, okay? She gonna stay at the hotel. I'm gonna pick her up. I'm gonna spend time with her, and then I'm gonna take her ass back to that hotel, okay? So they went shopping and everything, and they sat down to have a conversation while they were at the little store. And Marlo was like, listen, me and her need to have public conversations. Even though they might be sensitive conversations, they need to be public conversations. And why? Because if they're private, they're going to go left. And at least if we in public, I have a better chance of us having a decent conversation with each other than if we in private and she feel like she can act a fool. I said, you know what? I can't even be mad at Marlo about this. Like, if you know your mama and you know what she gonna do, listen, if you want to have a conversation in the middle of the damn restaurant about her drug addiction, then y'all go for it. So they at the store and they get to talking, and basically Marlo was like, listen, my mama is still battling her demons, and I would love for her to get her life together and be able to be an active grandmother to Michael and to her nephews, because they need her, just like they need me. They need their grandmother, but at the end of the day, like, my mama can't stay sober, and so I just can't, I don't know. Now her mama was like, listen, no matter where you were, no matter where it's not funny. She was like, but no matter where they took you from me, I found you. And I always came to see you. And Marlo was like, yeah, you did. But I think the part in this we missing is the fact that they had to take me. Yeah, you found me and you came and visited me. But I think the fact that they had to take me is the problem, mama. She said that, it hurt her feelings when Marlo put her out of the house. And Marlo said, listen, I bought y'all a house, and the house was supposed to be so that you could raise Michael and, I don't know why I always forget the other boy's name, but so that you could raise the nephews, but you was out getting high. It was people in the house that didn't need to be in the house. People was fighting. The police was calling me. There was drugs being sold out of the house. So yes, I had to remove my nephews out of that environment, and I had to put y'all out. Because if not, I was going to lose the house. You know what I mean? Like, no, it wasn't a good place. It wasn't what I had envisioned. So, yes, it may have hurt you to get put out, but it hurt me to put you out, And, you could tell that she still takes care of her mama. I mean, her mama got $5,000 dentures that she threw away. But Marlo was like, I mean, you could tell she still takes care of her mom. You know what I mean? Later on, they go to Lee Archive, and Candy actually meets them down there with that badass Louis Vuitton trench coat that Dorit had on last season on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I want that trench coat. That trench coat is bad. They probably don't have it in my size, but it's okay. That's a badass trench coat. Anyway, moving on. But Candy came down to meet her mama and child, and I know it was probably edited. I'm sure this is not the first thing that came out of Candy's mouth, but Candy sat down and was like, so when did you start, when did you get addicted to drugs? Now, I promise you that wasn't the first thing out of Candy's mouth, but that's what it looked like. But neither here nor there, they did have a conversation, an honest conversation about, about her addiction and stuff like that. And Marlo had gotten upset before Candy got there because the mama was talking about bringing a guy around. And Marlo was like, see, that's always been our problem. She has always put us aside for a man. That has been her issue our whole life. And so it pisses me off and it angers me when we're in the midst of trying to figure out our relationship. And here she is again wanting to bring a man around. And her mama was like, well, I've been with this man for 4 years now. Like, Marlo was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how long you've been with him. The problem is he shouldn't be around. Like, he shouldn't be a part of this equation. Not right now while we're trying to figure this out with us. But her mother did apologize, and again, it's just a work in progress, especially if her mother is still battling them demons. It's gonna be a work in progress. So then it's the night before the fashion show, and Charades still don't have her fashion shot. She got 5 pieces. She said she's supposed to be getting a package that night with the rest of them pieces. But they're having, the rehearsal and the walkthrough or whatever. And who shows up? Tyrone. Now Tyrone done showed up, and the first thing out of Charade's mouth is, after they say that, hey, how you doing? Well, don't you feel like you owe me an apology? I don't owe you no apology. Don't you feel like you owe me an apology? Now, let me say this. I know that Charade, we done gave Charade the blues about this whole Tyrone situation, and a lot of people sided with Tyrone in this whole situation, but I'm going to tell y'all, Tyrone, your story don't make no damn sense. You said that the reason why you didn't show up in the Philadelphia situation is because you didn't want to go back to jail. However, you had gotten approved to go to New York, but you couldn't go down the street to the restaurant in Philly. But you could get on a bus or a car and drive 2 hours to New York, but you couldn't go 20 minutes down the street in Philly. Then you said, Charade was like, what are you talking about? I have been coming to Philly all along. We have been going out to eat. We have been spending time together. He was like, yeah, but we wasn't filming. You didn't tell me we was filming. Bullshit again. I call bullshit. You know why? Because when you talked to the producers, you talked to production, and you knew exactly why she wanted you to bring your happy ass down to New York. You knew she was filming, and you knew she wanted you to be on camera. That's bullshit. I don't believe that you didn't know she was filming. So again, I say your ass you were approved to go to New York, but you weren't approved to go to Philly. And he was like, we've been going out to eat and hanging out in Philly, but not on camera. Like, you can't be, you can't be putting me on blast like that. And I'm like, see, this don't make no sense. But now all of a sudden you can come all the way to Atlanta and film. Now he said he was off the ankle monitor, so I guess that's why he could come to Atlanta. But my thing is, I can do a lot of things to Charade, and I can say a lot of things about Charade, but on this one, I'm going to have to call bullshit on you, Ty. I'm going to have to call bullshit, Tyrone, because none of what you said made sense. If you had permission to go to New York to film, you could have filmed in Philly. I'm sorry. That's bullshit, okay? And if you did not know you were going to be on camera, then why are you talking to the producers? You know her ass is filming. You had been on FaceTime filming with her, so you knew her ass was filming for the show. Why did you think you was going to New York, bruh? Anyway, it don't matter. When he wouldn't apologize, she put him out, told him that he don't need to be there. He don't need to come back for the fashion show. Now, she claimed that the reason why he knew where she was is because she invited his cousin or uncle, sister, cousin, brother, somebody that was friends with him, and that's how he must have known where she was. Now, on that one, Charade, I'm going to have to call bullshit on that one. Because just because he invited to the fashion show don't mean that he knew that's where you was going to be the night before. Anyway, whatever. Moving on. So we getting ready for the fashion show, child. We still don't have no damn fashions. We see Kenya meet with Mama Joyce. That was a throwaway scene, child. They were still talking about the estate. Mama Joyce still playing her position that she don't trust Todd, and she want to be put on Candy's trust as one of the I guess like the equivalent of what like the executor is with Don Juan. Child, by moving on. Now Candy did say that she didn't want Todd to remarry. She said, I don't have no problem if I leave before Todd. I don't have no problem with him having a little something, but I don't want him to marry her and she could possibly have access to what I built. Well, you can't control that, Candy. I mean, the only way you can control that is if you put it in your will that the only way he get anything from your trust is if he never remarries. That's the only way you can control that. Other than that, girl, you can't control what he do when you gone. Just like he can't control what you do when he gone. Anyway, we get to the fashion show. Everybody and their cousin is there. Okay, we got we got former housewives. We saw Deshaun Snow, who looks good, by the way. Mr. Sean Snowden look good, honey. We have ladies from the other shows. We had Quad, Lisa Nicole, and I want to say Dr. Jackie was there, but don't quote me on that, child. Child, her ex-husband was there. Bob was there with his, I guess that was his girlfriend. I don't know. But it was a room full of people. It definitely was a lot of people there. Everybody wants to see the She by Sheree. Either it's going to be a success or it's going to be a failure. But everybody wanted to be on the front row. And of course Dwight was there. You know, a fashion show with no fashions. How dreadful. There's no way they could have this full circle moment and not have Dwight there. Now, my biggest problem, and y'all already know what I'm getting ready to say, the fashion show started 2 hours late. Y'all know I got a problem with that. Y'all know I have a problem with that. There was no reason for this fashion show to start no damn 2 hours late, Sheree. That was just absolutely ridiculous. Child Tyrone showed up and he done bought flowers and everything. And at the end of the fashion show, he gonna ask Sheree if he could talk to her. Sheree was like, nope. Nothing for us to talk about. Nope. I said, I know that's right, Sheree. But the fashion show finally starts 2 hours late. And there were actually, you know, there was actually some fashion. She had a whole runway. All of her pieces ended up coming in. So she ended up having 24 pieces altogether. It was a really nice show. Apollo was there, of course. And child, oh, Peter was there too, honey. Apollo was there. That's all I got. Apollo was there, child. And at the end of the day, it was a success. Now allegedly, the website was supposed to be live by the end of this episode so people could start buying. But I went to She by Sheree before I did this review. And unless I'm on the wrong website, but I was on SheBySheree.com. Yeah, I still didn't see where I could buy nothing. Moving on. But I will say this. At the end of the fashion show, I love the fact that the ladies were so supportive of Sheree. They were genuinely happy for her. There was no shade thrown, for exception of Drew. Drew was the only one throwing shade. Everybody was really, really genuinely happy. And they gave her accolades. Only thing I can say is I just hope the website is live soon, because I think people will actually buy some of those pieces. Sheree. Anyway, that was the season finale. The reunion starts next week. That's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.